Hello everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Wisdom today. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been criticized, and hours later you're still replaying that one sentence in your head? Or worse, you smiled on the outside, but inside your confidence shattered? You're not alone. Criticism gets under our skin, and no matter how strong we think we are, it can still shake us. But here's the thing, you can't control when criticism comes. But you can control what it does to you, and that's what we're here to learn. In this episode, we'll explore the Stoic way to handle criticism with clarity, calm, and strength, so you don't lose your composure or your confidence. Let's begin. Section 1. Why criticism feels so personal. Criticism stings, not just because of the words, but because of what those words touch. It doesn't just challenge what we did, it feels like it challenges who we are. That's why it hits so deeply. It pokes at our identity, our worth, our ego. And sometimes it goes further. It feels like exposure, as if someone has seen something we were trying to hide. A flaw, a weakness, a blind spot. Even when the feedback is mild, our minds turn it into a threat, because deep down we all want to feel valuable, competent, respected. So any hint that we're not enough, it echoes louder than it should. But here's where Stoicism offers a turning point. Seneca reminds us, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." In other words, criticism isn't an attack, it's a test, a mirror, a teacher. And like any teacher, it can feel uncomfortable, but still offer growth. The goal is not to avoid criticism, it's to meet it well. Section 2. The Stoic view of criticism. Criticism feels personal, but the Stoic sees it differently. To the Stoic, criticism isn't something to fear, it's something to examine, a chance to sharpen the mind, to polish the soul. They don't accept every opinion blindly, but they don't reject it out of pride either. Instead, they do what Stoicism teaches in all things. They filter it through reason. Is this true? Is this useful? Is this mine to carry? Epictetus gives us a powerful reminder. If someone criticizes you and you are hurt, it's not the person who has hurt you, but your judgment about them. Let that sink in. It's not their comment that hurts you, it's your interpretation of the comment. It's how deeply you believe it. And that's where your power lives. Criticism is like a package delivered to your door. You can open it, inspect it, and decide, do I keep this or return it? If it's true, grow. If it's false, let it go. If it's half true, reflect. The Stoic doesn't cling to praise, so they don't crumble under critique, because they aren't chasing admiration. They're chasing truth, even painful truth. To the Stoic, criticism isn't an attack, it's an invitation to rise, and the more centered you are, the less noise has power over you. Section 3. Stoic strategies to handle criticism. Let's get practical. Here are 5 Stoic strategies to help you respond to criticism. Not with ego, but with clarity. Not with defense, but with growth. Strategy 1. Pause and breathe before reacting. Criticism often triggers our fight or flight response. The heart races, the ego rises, the brain fires back, but the Stoic doesn't react, they respond. And to respond well, they first pause. When someone critiques you, don't rush to explain. Don't defend, don't attack, just breathe. Create even 3 seconds of space between the blow and the answer. In those 3 seconds, you reclaim your power. Marcus Aurelius put it this way, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The moment you pause, you shift from being controlled to being in control. Strategy 2. Ask, is this useful? Too many people ask, do I like this feedback? Did it sound respectful? Do I agree with it? The Stoic asks just one thing, is it useful? Maybe the delivery was harsh, maybe the person was rude, but beneath all that was their truth. This mindset keeps you from being fragile. It keeps you focused on growth instead of comfort. Like a sculptor chipping away at stone, criticism becomes a tool, not a weapon. Strategy 3. Separate tone from truth. Some of the most valuable feedback you'll ever get won't come with a kind tone. It might be blunt, sarcastic, even offensive. But Stoics know truth is truth, even when delivered poorly. Don't throw away the lesson just because you didn't like the teacher. Imagine someone saying, "Your presentation was disorganized and hard to follow." It may sting, but instead of defending yourself, ask, "Was it disorganized?" The tone is their responsibility, but the content, that's your opportunity. Strategy 4. Thank them, even if silently. Not everyone deserves a big public thank you, but internally try to cultivate gratitude. Why? Because they gave you a mirror. And sometimes the mirror is ugly, but it still reflects what we need to see. Thanking them, even in your heart, transforms criticism from insult into insight. It turns ego into humility, and humility is the soil where growth happens. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." It takes bravery to receive correction without collapse, and freedom to see a critic as a gift. Strategy 5. Don't argue, examine. Criticism is not a courtroom. You're not on trial, so don't try to win. Try to learn. The Stoic doesn't waste energy defending their image. They invest energy developing their core. If someone says you didn't handle that well, don't shoot back, don't shrink. Instead, ask yourself, is there truth here? Is this an area I can grow? You don't have to explain yourself to everyone, but you owe yourself the chance to evolve. To the Stoic, feedback is fuel, even if it burns a little. Section 4. Stoic phrases for criticism. Sometimes you don't need a speech. You just need a sentence that holds your center. Here are 5 Stoic-inspired phrases you can use when facing criticism. Calm, grounded, and clear. Thanks for that perspective. I'll think on it. A neutral, non-defensive response that shows reflection over reaction. You may be right. I'll reflect. Keeps you open to growth without needing to agree instantly. That's not how I see it, but I'll consider it. Honest, respectful, and still centered. That's feedback I'll sit with. Communicates that you don't dismiss it, but you'll process it in your own time. This is uncomfortable, but probably necessary. A phrase that turns friction into fuel. These short responses don't just buy you time, they train your tone. They show others and yourself that you're not afraid to hear what's real, even when it's hard. And in a world full of reactive noise, this kind of calm response, it's rare, it's powerful, it's Stoic. Section 5. Stoic energy under critique. So how does the Stoic feel under criticism? They don't collapse, they don't explode, they don't over-identify. Instead, they remain calm, not crushed, receptive, not reactive, curious, not closed, anchored, not egoic. They may feel discomfort, yes, but they don't run from it, because they know discomfort is where the real work happens. Stoics don't seek praise, they seek progress. They don't confuse feedback with failure. They don't confuse approval with value. Their energy under critique is steady, grounded, and quiet. It doesn't beg for reassurance. It listens, it learns, it levels up. When others get defensive, the Stoic gets deeper, into their values, their purpose, their practice. Because for them, criticism isn't about who's right. It's about what's real. Conclusion: turn criticism into clarity. Criticism is a mirror. Sometimes it reflects truth, sometimes distortion, sometimes both. But either way, it's not something to run from. It's something to learn from. The Stoic doesn't fear criticism. They don't crave it either. They simply use it as a tool to refine themselves. Because the goal isn't to avoid discomfort. The goal is to become strong enough to face it. So here's your reminder. You don't have to agree with every critique. You don't have to explain yourself to everyone. You don't have to let harsh words shape your worth. You just need to. Stay open. Stay grounded. Let criticism shape you, not shatter you. This is what Stoicism teaches. Not silence, not surrender, but self-respect in motion. Criticism is part of every meaningful path, but whether it becomes your downfall or your breakthrough, that's up to you. As Epictetus said, It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You are not the insult, you are the response. Thank you for watching Stoic Wisdom today. If this message helped you, comment below. I choose calm over reaction. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more timeless wisdom every week. Until next time, stay grounded, stay wise, and stay stoic.